In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 reasons that you should not be registering your trademark. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hey there, welcome back to the video. My name is Jim Hart from Hawthorne Law, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, especially if you're an entrepreneur, founder, or small business owner who's looking for legal tips and strategies to help you protect your business. As I mentioned before, today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips and strategies and things to be thinking about in terms of whether you should or shouldn't be filing a trademark application. And specifically, I want to focus on today 5 reasons that you should not be filing a trademark application if this is something you're thinking about doing. I talk with lots of prospective clients who are interested in protecting their intellectual property, specifically their brands. And there are lots of good reasons why registering your trademarks is an excellent idea for your business. But for some people, registering your trademarks is frankly just a waste of money. The last thing I want to be doing as your trademark lawyer is take money from you if I don't think that I can return at least as much value to you from registering your trademarks and helping you register your trademarks as you're going to get from paying me that money to help you do that. So yes, while I may be biased in favor of helping businesses to take their intellectual property seriously, there are a number of reasons why you might want to think twice before preparing and filing a trademark application, whether you use my office to help you do it, a service, or you just decide to do it on your own. So let's go ahead and jump in. First things first, before I share with you why I think you may want to think twice before registering your trademarks, I want to talk with you briefly, just very briefly, like 30 seconds, about what a trademark actually is. Now, a trademark is a source identifier in the marketplace, meaning that when you register your trademark for specific products or services that you sell, nobody else can use that same name in connection with those same products or services. So by registering your trademarks, this prevents other businesses from using the same or a similar name as yours, and thereby creating confusion in the marketplace as to who the source of those products or services actually is. Does that make sense? You get what I'm saying? A trademark prevents others from using the same or a similar mark in a way that could cause confusion in the marketplace. There, I think I got it that time. And your trademarks can cover things like your words, they can cover design marks like your logo, they can cover colors, scents, all sorts of things can be covered as trademarks. Designs can, like product designs, can be covered as trademarks. So there's lots of things that you can theoretically protect as a trademark. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about 5 reasons why registering your trademarks maybe is not a great idea for you and your business. And the first reason I want to share is that your name is just too generic. I get lots of clients that call me up and they want to talk with me about their trademarks, but they have a name that basically just describes what they're selling. Frankly, it's just not something that is capable of registration. So there's a spectrum from generic trademarks to very powerful trademarks on the other side, fanciful type trademarks. Depending where you fall on that spectrum, it's going to impact how strong your trademark is. So a generic trademark is like if somebody were to open up a store and they wanted to call it the milk store and they were just selling milk at their store, that's not a strong trademark. You cannot register the milk store for selling just milk. Now, if you have the milk store but you're selling all sorts of products that maybe are white or something like that, actually that might not be a bad idea, I don't know. Then that could be a reason to register the trademark for that because that's a more arbitrary name. But if you are registering the name for the milk store and all you're selling is milk, or the coffee store and all you're selling is coffee, then that's not a great trademark. Think about Apple. Apple, if they were selling apples like fruit, then that would be a very generic name. But Apple has become synonymous with computers, which is frankly an arbitrary name. So that is a much stronger trademark than if they were selling fruit, for example. So that's reason number 1. Your name is just too generic, and if that's the case, then you're probably not going to be able to get a trademark registration, and you're just wasting your money by filing an application. Reason number 2 is that you don't love your name. I talk with lots of entrepreneurs who are just kind of coming up with names because they want to register something, but they don't really have a meaning, or they don't have a strategy behind it, or it doesn't in any way connect to what they're selling. They think it's a strong name, but frankly, it's just not a strong name. And so if you fall into that boat where you are starting a business and you kind of picked a name, but you don't really feel that name and you're not sure in 6 months if you're still going to like that name, then maybe that's not a strong name to use for your trademark application. I would highly recommend, there's some great resources on this. I'll include a link down below to a book that I love from Alexandra Watkins. I've had her on the channel before and interviewed her. She's a branding expert. about different ways that you can create a brand name that's going to be a lot stronger for your business. And so if you are not committed to your name and you don't really like your name, then I would say let's hold off on the trademark application until you do pick a name that is going to really resonate with you and resonate with your customers or clients. So that's reason number 2. You're not really committed to the name. Reason number 3 would be, and this happens a lot, is that you're just not committed to your business. And a lot of people, when they start out, they think they're committed to their business, but when you fast forward 6 months, a year, 2 years from now, you'd be blown away by how many people hire me to do a trademark for them. And then 2 years from now, they're still not generating any revenue. They really don't have an idea of how they're going to generate revenue for their business. And now they have to start paying fees to the trademark office because we've received what's called a notice of allowance. And every 6 months, if you have not started using that trademark in commerce and you're not generating any revenue, you have to pay money to the trademark office. Now, it's not a lot of money, but if you're not generating money for your business and you don't have any other source of income, that's something maybe you don't want to be spending money on. So I would suggest, if you're not really 100% committed to the brand that you're building and the business that you're building, maybe registering a trademark is not the right choice until you are committed to your brand or your business. So that's reason number 3. You're just not committed to the business. Reason number 4 is kind of connected to reason number 3 I think we went to, and that is that you have not validated your business idea. So some people are committed to their business and they know they want to move forward with something, but they've come up with a business idea that they have not validated. And so this is advice that a lot of online gurus and coaches and things will tell you. They will tell you to validate your idea first. In other words, don't go to market with an idea that you haven't already validated, that you don't know definitively that people are going to pay you money for what it is you're doing. When I launched my legal membership community several years ago, actually during COVID, I sent out questionnaires and all sorts of things to my list of people on my email list, asking them what information do they want, what type of trainings do they want, how would this work. And so I actually had people pay me for that program before I actually started the program, and that's how I was able to validate that idea. That's a really smart strategy when you're starting in business, is making sure you already have people that are willing and lined up to give you money for your business before you register a trademark for a brand name related to that business. And there's lots of ways that you can do that. That's kind of beyond the scope of this video, but I just want to tell you that if you have not validated your business idea, then chances are you probably are not ready to file a trademark application. Reason number 5, and as I'm telling you this reason, I think I'm actually going to have a bonus 6th reason I just thought of while I was talking about one of the other reasons. But reason number 5 is that you're not willing to enforce your trademark rights. So basically, once you receive a trademark registration, that's a certificate. But it doesn't really mean anything if you're not willing to step up and send a cease and desist letter, step up and file an opposition proceeding, step up and file a cancellation proceeding against someone who may be infringing on your trademark rights. So you need to be aware that registering your trademark is only the first step of the process. Enforcing your trademark rights later on so that your name doesn't become too generic or too watered down in the marketplace is really something that you're going to need to do. You just need to be aware of that registering your trademark is only the first step. And for people that are committed to their business, that have validated their business idea, that are generating sales, that they have a brand that resonates with their customer base and they're looking to grow their business, this is not typically a problem. So this is more a sign of you're not following the other reasons I gave you to not register your trademark. So if you don't follow any of those reasons, then this is something that just kind of falls in line with that you're probably not going to be able to or willing to enforce your trademark rights if you don't have a brand name that resonates, if you don't have a business idea that's validated, if you are not committed to pursuing your business. You're probably going to end up with a dead trademark at some point in the future. It's just a matter of time. So don't waste your money if you're not willing to enforce your trademark rights. And then the last one, I guess this is the 6th reason that I hadn't really thought about, is I from time to time, it's not very often, but occasionally I will get people who come to me and they're like, hey, I saw this other brand that was doing this thing and I really like what they're doing. And so I've kind of piggybacked off what they're doing, and I've created this other brand that's very similar. If you're looking at products that are selling well in the marketplace, and that's one way to validate your business idea, and you're like, well, I want to sell that type of product too, but put my unique spin on it, that's one thing. But if you see a brand out there and you really like that brand and you want to just tweak it a little bit to make it your own brand and you're selling the same things, that's probably a good way to end up with a cease and desist letter or even a trademark infringement lawsuit in your lap. So chances are, if you're just trying to kind of piggyback off another brand that's out there, what you're really doing is you're infringing on that other brand, and you don't want to be doing that. That's not a good reason to file a trademark application either. And again, this doesn't happen very often, but occasionally I do get people that call me up, that schedule calls because this is something that they want to do. They want to register a name that's similar to someone else, or a business idea that they're just kind of trying to steal. That's not a good idea. You don't want to do that for sure. All this being said, when you are ready to file a trademark application, assuming that none of these reasons would apply to you, then the first thing you want to do is a comprehensive trademark search. That's definitely something my office can help you with. And if you're interested in learning more about registering your trademarks, I've got lots of other videos on the topic. I'll include one right here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Bye-bye. Oh, almost forgot. I do have coffee. I'm in a conference this weekend. Hotel coffee. But just a standard little hotel coffee mug. Have a great day, folks.